Bloody Revenge, Episode 3. Usorochi, I don't know, but there's something about that man. He can't be your adopted brother. I sense danger. Please, my friend, my sister, listen to me. Chizitere lamented bitterly and did everything humanly possible for her to convince me. But I gave her a deaf ear. This means the world to me. I had no brother or sister. He would be the brother I never had. Things were going well. We would go to church together and go to the farm together. We do literally everything together. Just a month later, my father called us together and had a good conversation with us. I haven't mentioned his name all this while, but now I can say his name. He called his name Fabian. My father asked him what he would like to venture into as regards becoming a better person tomorrow. He said anything my father could set for him, he would accept it with pleasure. My father had already told him to talk to him as a son would. Then he said he would like to travel back to Lagos to continue with his late father's business he left behind. That sounded more interesting as my father was so overwhelmed with joy. We were all happy, but he needed some money to keep him going before reviving his father's company. Though my father didn't have that money, yet he promised to provide the money for him, no matter how little it may be. We ate and went to bed that night. I and Fabian were outside peeling cassava the following day. Chizitere walked in. At the sight of Fabian, her countenance changed. Her countenance could tell the level of hatred she had for him. She requested to see me privately, and we moved a distance from him. Chizitere was still singing the old song of letting Fabian go. Now I am beginning to count her as an enemy of progress. In my mind, I promised myself that if she should continue, I will be left with no option but to unfriend her. Then she narrated the kind of dream she had concerning my family being drowned in the river. To me, I forbade the dream and still maintained that Fabian remains my brother, and the dream has nothing to do with Fabian being my brother. Then she left. When I got back, Fabian was already eager to know why my friend hated him so much. He confessed that he had done nothing wrong to her, and that if not for misfortune, she wouldn't even know him, talk more of hating him. I encouraged him not to bother, that she would definitely come around someday. Days, nights, and weeks passed by. Mommy and Daddy had already gone to work, and we were to meet them in the farm later in the day. I was with Fabian. We were playing, chatting as usual. He told me stories of how he used to be his mother's favorite. It was fun. I was laughing sheepishly until I noticed his steady gaze at me. The fears from his eyeball was scary. I tapped his hand. "Are you okay?" I asked with fear in me. He said he was okay. Then we continued chatting. By then, I was becoming uncomfortable with his gaze. I needed to be excused, so I stood up to my feet, and then I felt his hand around my waist. "Usorochi, I have always loved you. Please, give us a chance. Please." I felt goosebumps all over my body. "Fabian, you are my brother and shouldn't say such to me," I said with bitterness in my heart. "What brother are you talking about? We are not blood related. Listen, Usoro, I can't get you off my mind. Fine, I loved you for a sister, but truthfully, what I feel right now is more than being your brother. I want us closer." I think it's beginning to sink into my head what Chizitere was saying. I forced his hands off my waist. I was almost out, close to the door, when I felt this force that drew me back. I was already in bed while he was at the door, and he swiftly closed the door. Now I can see danger. I can hear Chiziteren's voice, but it's late. I pleaded with him. I cried to him, all to no avail. Fabian had his way. I was naive. He deflowered me. When he got satisfied, he left me on the bed. He had his bath, came back and met me drenched in tears. Fabian, where have I gone wrong? I asked. He pushed me out of his room and threatened to kill me if anybody should hear what had happened. My world is shattered. Had I known, I would have listened to my friend. Where do I go from here? Who do I complain to?